back in Week 1. The Texans dominated their first matchup against the Jaguars. Can Jacksonville avoid the sweep? Find out next on EA Sports.
We're about 15 miles from the Atlantic coast in the northeast corner of Florida. Welcome to Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. They gain 18 yards on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down. From the gun, here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Now Stroud. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. 4th down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Texans are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former number 1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. But if he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
They'll run it once more with ETN. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. TJ Edwards there on the stop. 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That caught by Davis. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Open man is Davis. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Lawrence now. Now a screen set up for ETN. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down. Davis going in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll work this into the red zone inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. It's the Texans who have the early lead. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Davis heading in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he'll bring this inside the 15, and that's good enough for the 1st down. They send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, Lawrence. That's complete. It's Parker Washington.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up 1st and goal. They go with their fullback trying to get it. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. He'll look to run. It's ETN. Powering forward. He's in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jaguars move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Texans offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Mixon, and he'll get this up to the 44. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw, it's Stroud. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. They're trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Stroud. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. On play action, Stroud. That is brought in at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, Houston. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Texans are on top. It's now 10-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jags offense ready for their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. In motion comes Thomas. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing is Lawrence. That one on target to Davis. He's got it. And he will have a 1st down, but
Holding.
I don't think
Offense.
that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards.
Still 3rd down.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. To throw is Lawrence. He'll try to run for it.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Stephon Diggs and the rest of the Houston offense set to take over again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, he's got Schultz, the tight end. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
First and 10. Stroud. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Stroud trying to rally the troops and get them to the line quickly. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Now, Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Taking off, he'll try to get there. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. First and 10. Down the field, he's got Washington. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. On first and 10, Lawrence. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Lawrence. This one intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. Stroud to throw here on first down. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. It's second down. They'll go play action with Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10. Stroud to throw. He's got it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. He slams it in there, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans add on 1 more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with first and 10. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Jags will use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. This pass is caught by Thomas. And he's going to be taken down at about the 30. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Lawrence now to throw on first down. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So it is fourth down, and that'll bring on Cam Little for this Jaguars field goal. This will be from 47 yards. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will cut into that lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So at halftime, it's the visitors, the Texans, out in front as we head downstate to Orlando. And we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where you see the final score there. Ladd McConkey, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Malik Neighbors, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. A touchdown pass there for J.J. McCarthy. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
Here's a run. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up second and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. So that's his second touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jaguars offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Now here's Lawrence. He will find Thomas. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Etienne. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. And before this drive starts, we'll take a look at the race as it stands to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award. Oh, yeah. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the 1st half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the 2nd.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. That is Josh Hines Allen from his defensive end spot to record the sack. They will work the middle with Mixon. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be taken down. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score again. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the 2nd half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 10. Whoa! He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he won't quite take it the distance, forced out of bounds, but he sets up his team with 1st and goal. They'll run it here with ETN. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. Davis going in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars
Personal foul.
cut
Roughing
3
the
off
kicker.
the lead,
Defense.
but they still face a sizable deficit. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Now it is first and goal. They'll run the toss here to ETN. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. From a little closer, here's second and goal. From the gun, a give to ETN. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up third and goal. They'll try and run with ETN. A second effort, and he is in. Travis Etienne, touchdown Jaguars. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Lawrence. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Texans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination of the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in.
Illegal block in the back.
Now, will the
Offense.
play stand? From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one knocked away and incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it'll bring up second down. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it'll bring up second down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That is caught! And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In motion comes Thomas. Back to throw. Lawrence. That is caught. They're going to get the 2 points. Don't go away just yet. They are back to within a score. He fields it at the 8. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he had to push through one tackler, but is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain here. Throwing on second down. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. On first down, it's Stroud. That's to the right side and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he's going to have a Texans first down as they get 4 on 4th and inches. On play action, Stroud. He's got it at about the 8, and he will score. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Catch made right side by Thomas. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Second down, and here's a run, and here's Mixon. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. And he's going to have a Texans first down. The defense nowhere to be found. A 4th down gain of 20. Take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. They'll run on first down with Mixon. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go right back to Mixon. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.